So you have two accounts.
Yes. One Spanish and one American.
I assume you're a wealthy girl because you have a lot of money in your bank account.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Iraq.
Awesome. And how long have you been speaking English for? Your English sounds very good.
Thank you so much. I have been speaking English for almost 2 years.
Oh my goodness! Wow. But great. And so, what are you looking to get out of online lessons? Are you looking just for conversation or anything in specific?
Yeah, sometimes I speak about specific topics. These topics, I'm making my own topics. Today, I want to talk about vocabulary related with cars, with computers. So through these lessons, I'm collecting vocabulary and using my grammar rules perfectly. So I like to speak in English just to sound natural in English and use my verbs correctly.
Of course.
Yeah,
That's great.
And today I'm planning to have a conversation about bank vocabulary.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah. So the first question is, do you have a bank account?
A bank account? Yes, I do have a bank account. I have two, actually, because I live in Madrid as well.
Madrid. So you have two accounts.
One Spanish and one American.
I assume you're a wealthy girl because you have a lot of money in your bank account.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I have one bank account.
Awesome. Well, that's great. And
let's get back to our topic, which is bank vocabulary. I just want to ask you about some words that I going to use it in the bank. I have a list.
of course.
So I'm gonna pronounce it, but if it's wrong, please correct me, okay? So the first word is deposit.
So we say deposit.
It
sounds like an I. Deposit. Deposit.
Deposit.
It's with an E, but it sounds like an I. So it sounds like deposit.
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 Yeah.
Deposit. So do you know what these words mean as well, or are you just trying to work on the pronunciation?
No, I want to learn about this word and how can I use it, this word.
Yeah. So deposit means that you're putting money into your account.
Okay.
So you're like, I'm going to deposit some cash today into my account. So it means you're taking the cash and putting it into your bank.
So if I go to the bank and ask my what do you call it, the bank teller there, I ask him I have amount of money and I deposit $500 in my account. Is that right?
Yep. And it doesn't always have to be cash. It could be a check. It could be a check from work, right? Any kind of money that you're putting into your account is going to be called a deposit.
Deposit. And what about if I want to get money from the bank?
So that's what I was going to say. So it's deposit versus withdrawal.
Yeah, withdrawal.
Withdrawal. So withdrawal.
I'm getting this word all the time in my email, on my cell phone.
Yes. You withdrew this amount of money, and you're like, oh no.
But sometimes I see $100 has been withdrawn from your account. Withdrawn. This is it past participle tense?
Taken out. Say that again.
So the word is withdrawal, okay? But
Withdrawal.
some withdrawal. We don't pronounce like withdrawal.
No, we don't. A lot of times with the W,
Yeah.
especially when it's in the middle of a word,
Yeah.
we do not really pronounce it like a strong sound. So it's in there, but it's very, very minimal. And we do this with a lot of words in English. So
a mild W.
Yes, especially when we speak really fast, we like to shove a lot of words together and like sort of change the sounds. So the same thing with this one. So withdraw or withdrawal. We can say
withdrawal. Yeah, I got you. So sometimes, like I said, I get like messages from my bank account saying like a certain amount has been withdrawn. At the end of the word, like N, withdrawn from your account. Yeah,
so that's past tense. So it already happened.
So the past
withdraw.
tense.
So you say withdraw.
The present.
Would you like to withdraw money from your account?
Yeah.
Or you have withdrawn money from your account, so it already happened. Drawn. Yep. So money was withdrawn from your account yesterday at 5 p.m. Did this happen, or was this you? Right, your bank is checking.
Yeah, but you know, every time I get this message, oh my, where's my money?
Yes, you're like, oh
I spend a lot of money on this.
Exactly. That's like the worst. I always sometimes take my time with looking at my bank account. I'm like, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. And then I'm like, I have to look at it.
I thought I am the only one that
this message
you are not. Like distract me.
You are not alone. That's for sure.
So speaking about like a bank account, there's like a transaction. I used to like read this word frequently in on the internet about banking account transaction. I think it's not deals with just the banking.
So normally a transaction is any time. I guess you could use it outside of banking, but anytime you make like a purchase with something, like, or interact with something else and in order to get money or give money, right? That's called a transaction. So if I say
it deals with the money.
Yeah, any kind of money exchange. So if I'm going to turn my dollars into euros, that's going to be a transaction.
A transaction.
And they would say like your transaction is complete, right? Or if I'm going to send money to you, or you send money to me, that is also a transaction.
Transaction. So okay, Mary, what about like the wire? Like I'm gonna wire money to you. Can I say that? I heard about wire.
Yes. Wire is like normally through online. So it's either going to be bank to bank or bank to another app that will give it to you. So like, have you ever heard of PayPal or Venmo?
Yeah, I have an account on PayPal. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's called a wiring. Like if you wire money to
like sending,
PayPal,
like
sending.
Sending, but you know, when it gets like
online.
So we have to say like wire. I'm gonna wire
no,
like
you can
money.
say wire or you can say sending. Wire is just a different way of saying it.
Yeah, got you. Yeah. But I think like wire it's more common to use.
Well, for me, I would say nowadays, especially with my friends and things like that, I would just say, yeah, I'll send you money. Like, oh, I'll send it. But especially because I'm living in Spain, there's like two different ways we could send it. So I could send it to like Venmo or PayPal, which is like going to be through our US bank accounts, or through our Spanish bank accounts. So like I'll send it to you. I'll send you money via IBAN, which is the name of our, like the code that you have for Spain. For a Spanish bank account. So like I'll send it to you via IBAN, or I'll send it to you via Venmo. So we just like clarify, but I normally say send. I haven't said wire in a long time, but I feel like my parents' generation, they say wire.
They say wire. Well, you know, I'm interested with the English language, so I want to like discover all these words because you know sometimes I get like a conversation with people, so maybe they use like this word, and some of them they use another word. So I have to be like familiar, you know, with all these words.
Yes, I know, and it's really difficult because obviously in English there's a huge amount of vocabulary that you can learn, but and it's different generationally. Like I said, like I use different language than someone even like 5 years younger than me, and then versus 10 years older than me, right? It's all going to be like slightly different. So that's why it makes English so difficult. Any language really difficult because you're using different vocabulary at different ages.
I like the natives. They use like like you said, different ages, different like the young generation. They use like a special language. And the old people they use like they have like the certain words that they use.
Definitely. Yeah. And even for me, like sometimes I'm like, what does that mean? I've never heard that before.
About that,
it's constant learning of like what your people are saying. You're like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know we were starting to use that word.
Yeah.
So always something different.
I have another word. This word is it's paycheck.
All right. So paycheck, it can be in electronic form or paper form. I feel like now it's more likely in electronic form because most companies are trying to cut back on like use of paper.
Yeah.
Unless people want like physical copies. Okay. But it's just what you get every, depending on how often your company or business pays you. It's normally every month, every week, every 2 weeks. Traditionally in the United States, we get paychecks, which is just like the amount that you earn from your job. So traditionally, we get ours every 2 weeks.
2 weeks paycheck.
And that's like just like a normal everyday job. But a lot of people from that there's also like salary-based jobs.
Yeah.
It varies on when you might get your paycheck. But a paycheck is just like an information saying, hey, this is the money that we're giving you, the date, when, how much, and for you. Just to like keep track of, hey, we did pay you last month. We did pay you for this. We paid you for that. To keep track of like the billing.
Yeah.
For everyone.
So for example, I'm purchasing like a car from you. So I'm not give you like a cash. I'm gonna give you like a paycheck.
So instead, you wouldn't say paycheck. You would say
I will give you. I will pay like through check.
A check. So yeah, you wouldn't call it a paycheck. You call it a check. So you call these things. We have check books where you give people checks, and so that you wouldn't call necessarily. I guess you could say from the person, oh, I received a paycheck, but normally we just call those checks. Like, oh, can I pay you in check?
In check.
Versus
here's your here's your paycheck. Or here's your check.
Here's a check. Yeah. So we wouldn't say paycheck. Yeah. I don't know why giving it to people or like when you sign a paycheck to someone else, we normally don't call it a paycheck. We just call it a check. But when you get it from a company or something like that, then we call it a paycheck.
Or just like, hey, here's your money. Give me my car.
Exactly.
Yeah. The second word is loan.
Loan.
Yeah, a loan. Have you ever like used a loan from the bank?
I've never like filed for a loan. I do have credit cards, so technically
Yeah.
that is a small loan
Yeah.
because they loan you money to pay and then you pay it back. But I've never like taken out a loan, no. But it is very common in the United States to take out loans for school. So you say, hey, I'm applying for a loan. I have this schooling that I can't afford to pay for, but I'll pay you back once I start working.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Normally with interest or something like that. So normally when you pay something back, you have to pay them back a little more than they gave you. And sometimes the interest starts like a year after you took it out. But it's very common to take out loans in the United States. But
yeah, a loan. And I heard about like a loan. It could be like a huge loan or a small loan. For example, if you want like to buy a house, it will be like a bigger loan, and it will last. Yeah, it will last for like years, right?
Right. So that's like, yeah, you can do like 20-year, 10-year loans where you're paying back for your house for a very long time.
Yeah.
That's also pretty common, I think.
Yeah.
Especially in the United States. But yeah, a lot of people do like especially take out loans for cars and homes. And yeah, people do that a lot for cars as well. Especially when you're younger and you're trying to drive around and you're in school, then you'll like just pay monthly for your car.
Yeah, it's easy more than like when you want to purchase a car and you don't have like enough money, so you have to get your loan.
Exactly. So it's definitely an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
And then depending on your credit score, which is really important.
Yeah.
In the United States, I know they don't really have credit scores here in Spain. I don't know if you have credit scores in Iraq, but we have a credit score. So when you have credit cards, you get a score based on how much you pay back. So say I bought a laptop that was worth $1,000. And normally after you pay for something, you have to pay the full amount in 1 month.
Yeah.
Or they charge you interest. So if you can only make the minimum payment, sometimes you will end up paying more money than what you bought it for because they loaned you the money and now it's taking longer for you to get it back to them. So your credit right. So your credit score is based on that, based on like how often you're paying, how much debt you have on your credit cards, how much you're paying off, things like that.
They have like to put like interest in the bank, otherwise they will be broke.
Right, exactly. They're not making money, so they like sort of, prey on people a little bit. They're trying to help people, but then they're also, secretly hoping that they're going to take out a lot of money and not being able to pay it back, so that they can earn some money too.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for your like a clear explanation for this topic.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much, Maddie. And I just want to remind you that I got your permission to upload this video on YouTube. But today I'm asking too.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for asking again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I have to leave right now because I'm about like 15 minutes. I'm gonna have like another session with my American tutor.
Great. Well, good luck, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. It was nice to finally see you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
No problem.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.